this type of stuff. These things look awesome. We bounce that on the bottom. What's happening, fishing friends? Welcome to another episode. Got a box. Yes, it is time for another awesome subscriber lure unboxing. Now, some of these are things that people send in for free for me. Good people, some people that I talk to. Others are some small companies that I've purchased baits from. As I said, it was going to be a goal for me this year to support and buy from more small companies. They need our help now more than ever. So, going to show you all that stuff. We've got some nice weather coming up too, so by golly, I should be out fishing pretty darn soon. Hopefully our lakes and such will be open. But enough yapping. Let's start unboxing. First off, this came from Jen over at Jekyll Baits. I made an order with her, put in a request, and she sent over some super cool stuff. First off, I'll show you these. So if you haven't watched her channel, I try to keep up with her. I honestly don't watch much of anybody on YouTube. It's not anything personal. Time is like, I have very little of it. But I hit her up, and if you notice, she moved, and she's actually working over with Mike Buka, I think that's how you say it, over at Bull Shad. She does a whole bunch of bull shad painting and such. So I had her paint me up a couple of these. She does great work. I don't know what colorway this is called, but it's like a, kind of that sunfish look. Very, very cool. And this is cool because you're going to want to stay till the end, because I'm going to be giving this away and a couple other baits out of all this stuff for somebody out there. So stick around, learn how you can win that. And then she also made one for me. I told her the colors that I liked, and she called that the old Debos shad. Very appreciative of her. And as always with all the companies that I'm talking about, if they sell stuff, I will link them in the description below so you can check them out. You can hit up any of these people and get some stuff from them. So I got some of those from her. I just basically gave her an amount of money and said, Jen, whatever you can send it for me, and she did that. It was pretty cool. So I got some craws from her. Of course, she does some great craw work, and I actually watched one of her videos, a year and a half ago or whatever, when I started painting. Very helpful. She's got videos out there on YouTube, so if you're somebody who's into custom painting your cranks, she does a bunch of that. She does great work too. So I'll throw in one of these craws in the giveaway as well, but I got that color. I got a wake bait. Now, this one, I'm sorry, I'm not giving this away because you're going to see in my spring fishing video coming up here soon. Every year I try to pick a couple lures or rigs or whatever to work on, and wake baits is going to be one of those this year. I really honestly don't ever throw wake baits, so I want to make it a more conscious effort to throw those a lot more through the year. So I'll be slinging that guy. Very cool color, blue and orange. Orange is one of my favorite colors anyway, so dig that. Let's see, another very cool wake bait. All kinds of weird colors on that. Tealish, purplish, pinkish. I like it. Maybe they'll think it's some crazy radioactive fish and eat it. And then she did send some more of those craws as well. So Jen, thank you so much for sending all these over. You know what, maybe I'll do a couple different giveaways. Stay to the end. I'm gonna try to get 2 different little giveaway packages out of all this and share it with some of you out there, especially some of you new anglers that could use some gear. Next up, what do we have here? So this was Mr. Russell. Mr. Russell sent this in, just a nice subscribe fishing friend. I did read his note. I won't read it on here, but he took time to write a handwritten note. Mr. Russell, thank you very much. He sent in some things as a thank you. So first off, the War Eagle spinnerbait, one of my absolute favorites of all time. The man spinnerbaits, I've talked about them. War Eagle, Strike King, there's a bunch of them out there, but kind of that sexy shad color, 3/8 ounce. I have no doubts I will be able to catch some fish on that. And maybe even soon here coming up, like I said, we have some nice weather finally. So thank you, Mr. Russell, for the spinnerbait. You know I love spinnerbaits. Next up is a bomber jointed minnow. Now does it say, is it a wake bait or, I don't know. I think I might have got one of these when Gander went out of business on sale. What color is this? Tennessee shad. I like the color. I mean, I bet some pike would hammer that around here. So that's pretty much a topwater wake-ish bait. It says it floats, it's topwater. Cool. Don't really ever throw those. Maybe we'll get some bass or hybrids or maybe some pike. Waiting for a hungry little minnow meal. I like that. And then the ever faithful Yum Dinger, the stick bait. That's in summer gill color. I really like that color. Stick baits are something I don't throw a ton of anymore. It's not that they don't catch fish. Oh, these aren't even opened yet. But the summer gill color, I like that. Now my all-time favorite stick baits, of course, you've heard me talk about them. The Reaction Innovation Pocket Rocket. But the Yum Dinger is a great, affordable, durable stick bait. I've thrown those a lot. The Bass Pro Sticko. Wait for the sales. There's a spring sale coming up now, or should be. So keep your eyes out. Usually I get like the big packages when they have those, 15, 20% off or whatever. But Yum Dinger, another great stick bait. I like that summer gill color. So thank you, Mr. Russell. That was very generous of you. I appreciate you sending some stuff into the channel. Okay, next up, y'all probably saw me talk about these in my ice fishing videos. Brian's Custom Tackle. So he does like little tungsten ice fishing jigs. I'll put his stuff down at the bottom, link his information below, but he does other stuff. Now, I actually bought a number of EWG Ned heads. So I bought these from him, and what's cool is he does different sizes. I got 3 32nds, so right in between 1/8, 1/16. I feel like those are the most commonly used for me, but look at that. Blue galactic looking head, I love it. And what he does is he puts his own custom weed guard, or soft plastic keeper. Weed guard, what's wrong with me? They're weedless hooks. Makes his own custom soft plastic keeper, so that's, I don't know what pound fluorocarbon. And then it looks like he hand ties it on there with maybe some nylon string. So he's hand tying all of his soft plastic keepers on there. So this is great because if you get a Ned rig around a little bit of wood or a little bit of vegetation, and if your soft plastic, the front of it starts to wear out, it keeps pulling off the front of the hook, right? It keeps sliding down. It's a pain in the rear. So he's made his own little soft plastic keeper on there. So, well, here, let me show you. Okay, grab some of these little Ned head baits. Talking about smaller companies, PNW Bass Candy. I ordered from them a while back. They make some great soft plastics. And you can see they make these little, almost Ned TRD looking soft plastics, and that's in one of my favorite colors, black and blue with a green pumpkin belly. So you can see I just barely skin hooked the nose of that soft plastic. I'm gonna run it up and I'll be able to push it past this, this fluorocarbon soft plastic keeper, push it up past that. You can see there, it hangs right there under it, so your soft plastic can't fall down. It can't slide back down your hook. It's a nice little soft plastic keeper. And then because this is a weedless EWG, you'd line it up, poke that baby straight through, and that's what you end up with. A nice, straight Ned EWG, bounce that on the bottom. It's already weedless, and in case this pops off and it tries to pull down here at all, this is staying on because it's got that soft plastic keeper up top. Very cool. He puts hand-tied work into it. I mean, great little finish. The jig heads are all open, or the eye there, which is a huge pet peeve of mine. You buy those and they're all blocked with paint, and very cool paint colors. So I got that kind of cool galactic blue. I got like a June bug purple. Y'all know I'm a sucker for purple. And then some like brownish color. So they have like some sparkle, some sort of copperish brown in it. But great work, man. Like I said, he's soft tying the soft plastic keepers on all of them. Quality stuff. Now, that's not what I was the most excited for. I was actually going to buy some of these when I put in the order with them. I was a little upset because he didn't show any in stock. Lo and behold, he threw a couple into my order and messaged me and said, hey man, thanks for the order, threw a couple in for you. I couldn't believe it. I don't know what he calls these things. I don't know the name. You'll have to check them out on his site. But this is a jig, so it's like an Arky style jig. It's got your regular, weed guard there. It's got some marabou hair coming off of it. It's got, I don't know what this is, like a coarse hair underneath. It's got the living rubber that's going to come out, the round living rubber, and it's got, I'm guessing this is rabbit fur. So this makes this look like a crawfish without any sort of soft plastic. You don't need a soft plastic with it. The camera probably doesn't do this justice. One of the coolest, gnarliest things I have ever seen. You fish this just like it is, and it looks literally like a craw coming through the water like that when you pop it and pulse it. Of course, you've got all that marabou, the live rubber, all hand-tied. He's hand-tying all of his stuff you can see there. Super sharp hooks on it. I cannot wait to try these things out. I was so upset when I put my order in because I'm like, oh man, he didn't show any in stock. And threw a black and gold in. Hawkeye colors for me. I don't know that I can fish that one. This is like a brown and green, so you can see they're hand-tied up at the front. He's got the black living rubber. He's got the green. I mean, doesn't that look like a crawfish? Look at that. It's like the two pinchers here. You've got the crawfish little antenna things. So freaking cool. I've never seen anything like that before. You don't even need a soft plastic. Drag this around, bounce it around. So flipping cool, man. Love those. Check him out, Brian's Custom Tackle, making some really cool stuff. Thanks for throwing those in, dude. I can't wait to try them. Okay, from my guy Nick, you've heard me talk about my guy Nick, Fat Boy Fishing. He sent me some stuff. So first off, he sent me some of the Grande Bass Kickback Shads. He had them and said, dude, I don't use them. I know you really like this color. He sent them in there for me for free. I appreciate that, man. Green pumpkin chartreuse. I love that. Great for the small ponds around here. Now, Nick makes all of his own jigs and stuff. As you know, I just started getting into the jig stuff. He's one of the nice guys that offered to help me out with stuff, but he put in here a variety of little Ned heads. He's got like a screw lock football shaky head. He's even got like a bear swim jig in there that I could just put those kickback shads on and swim it around. So a variety of stuff there. He just got into making spinner baits, and I tell you what, these things look awesome. Absolutely very cool work, man. So you can see there, got the gold. He's got different blades on them. All the skirts are hand tied. I think they call that the umbrella method. Don't quote me on it, but you can see he's hand tied all that right there. And then when you flip it over, the umbrella's out. So when you stop it, it really pulses that skirt, you know, when you pause it or pop it in the water. Bluegill color, definitely gonna throw that after the bass spawn. Got white, of course, a great color, and then white and gold, great in that kind of dirty, muddy water. So spinner baits look awesome, man. I'm telling you, great work on those. He also sent me a variety of swim jigs. So a couple bluegill colors you can see there with the green pumpkin, orange, purple. Oh, one of my favorites, black and purple. That is so underrated. And then like a shad color, and then the one I'm most excited to use, and you've seen me throw his swim jigs before. There was that video I caught out of one of my local ponds, like a 3.5 pounder or something like that, on one of these exactly. But look at that one. White and purple with a chartreuse head. Yes, I am a sucker for white, purple, chartreuse. I absolutely love that one. That's one I'm definitely gonna throw. Lavender shad, I think, is what a lot of places call it. Of course, Baxter the Bait Man is a big proponent of purple and chartreuse. He calls it that jaint juice. It's definitely a color catcher. It's pretty. I can't wait to throw those. Nick, thank you so much, brother. You do great work. I appreciate you a ton, man. Okay, last and certainly not least, I got a box of soft plastics from a very nice guy that I've got to know, Fish Daddy 401, Arthur. Very nice guy, making a ton of soft plastics. So he took time to do a handwritten note and tell me everything that's in here. If you follow him on Instagram, he sells his own baits and stuff. So like I said, I'll link him down below. But he's been going live on Instagram. I'll jump in his deal when he's out there making baits. We kind of chat back and forth. But he's doing some cool stuff. So first off, he's doing, you know, your regular hand-injected lures. So he sent me over some 5-inch stick worms. That's an 8-pack. He's got a Tournament Pro scent in it. I don't know, what does that smell like? Probably awful. Oh gosh, yeah, how did I know it was gonna be awful? And I really got my nose down in there. I was really rooting around in there. Whew, that's like a crawfish smell. Whew, that's a cool color, like a watermelon, copperish red flake. That'll definitely catch some. He uses a lot of the Epic bait molds. If you're a soft plastic maker, make sure you check out Epic molds. You've probably seen him on Marling's channel. I know he does a lot with them, but great stuff. Awesome people over there. Give them a look up. But man, they're making some really cool, weird, soft plastic stuff. So those are called Epic Manders, and these are the little poison dart frogs. Look at that, look at those feet. I'm gonna dip that in some chartreuse and throw that on some shallow bass this spawn and post-spawn, pre-spawn. Something's gonna be angry at that and eat it. Those are very cool. It's got like a ball, club tail, little feet. Never seen anything like that. Very cool, and like a brownish root beery color. Look at that color, root beer. I know my colors. Sent me some more stick baits. He knows I'm a fan of the purple. That's like a see-through purple too. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. It's like a see-through purple, almost like a morning dawn flake. That'll be a really good clear pond color. Those are really neat. I like those. One of my favorite colors, like a green pumpkin watermelon chartreuse, almost like a bullfrog color. That was the color I was throwing that ribbit. He actually sent me a couple ribbits. Those guys right there, that is what I caught my biggest bass last year on, was an Epic ribbit. Mine was in a bullfrog color. I was lucky enough to go over to the bait cave and make some baits with those guys. Check it out. That is the little ribbit there. It's just a soft plastic frog with 2 little kicky feet. I had a, I want to say 4/0 owner beast on it, 1/8 ounce. Don't quote me on that. I think that's what it was. But anyway, just a little light belly weighted swim bait hook because I like just a little weight on the bottom to make sure it always goes belly down. If you use a weightless hook, I don't care what the soft plastic is, it's always going to roll. So I always use one with a little bit of weight. You might have to reel just a little bit faster to get it started, but once it's on top, it's usually not an issue at all. So just plop it around, and I had a big old angry Karen bass attack that frog. Some more stick baits in like a shimmery, smoky, blackish purple. No clue what that color is, but I dig it. I like that a lot. Some more stick baits, just kind of various stuff there. He's got like a green pumpkin, a watermelon, and like a pinkish root beer, I guess. Cool. One more thing of stick baits, like a black June bug almost. I'm gonna say that's what that is, June bug, love it. Okay, now these, so he sent me like a green pumpkin blue, which honestly is one of my favorite colors. But these things in here, so it's got one of those manders in there. I don't know what these are. He told me somewhere. These things are really neat. I don't know if that's an epic mold or not, but it's got like two long flappy claws here. Let me pull these apart. Two long flappy claws right there. So you can see it's got that action. It's definitely gonna do that deal. It's got the little round bally arm things there. It's a good cylinder profile. Almost reminds me of like the man bear pig. You know, not a huge, big, annoying profile, but it's definitely got action to it. Nice and soft. That's definitely gonna have a lot of kick on it. So you could use that as like a chatterbait trailer. Flip it around, you know, wood as just a regular Texas rig, a jig trailer. Very versatile. I'm excited to give that a try. Just a neat, you know, kind of different little soft plastic. He also did some of those in watermelon and like a black and blue. Some little ice plastics, darn it. I wish I would have got these before. Ice here, thankfully, is going to be gone soon, but I would have liked to try those. I like the look of those a lot. Just little tiny guys, maybe what, an inch? Less than an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. Very cool little soft plastic like that on a jig head was very effective for me this year. Okay, now the really cool stuff. He's got some epic puds, epic studs. So those are a matching color like a chartreuse, or a chartreuse, gold and like a bronze color. Very cool, reflective, I like that. Some of those epic prey baits, you've seen Marling throw those. Awesome, awesome swim baits. He did a great job on those. Cool colors like a smoky, a red, and then like a, almost like a smoked purpley pearl. Love the colors. Now this is where it gets really neat. So these soft plastics, I was in the live stream with him and his wife the other night. Very funny, very nice folks. And they were talking about the different ways they do their soft plastic open pours. So you can see these are open pour soft plastics, which means the cavity of the mold is open at the top, so you pour the plastic in instead of injecting it. You know, you melt your plastics, pour them in, and that's how you get these lines where you can do different layers of soft plastics in. And the cool thing was, talking to him and his wife, she was messing around in the house with different, look at that, that is awesome. And the cool thing is, he does a skin pour on it, or like a capsule pour, where he'll pour like a clear soft plastic inside the mold, pour everything out so it just leaves a real thin layer on the inside of it. And then she takes it inside, and in that mold, she was using like different makeups, different mica powders, even permanent markers to make all those different markings on it. And then he comes in, goes in the garage, and then puts the different layers of color in it over that, and that's how you get that 3D look. You look at it and it looks like there's dots inside of it. And it really is. It gives it that cool, strange 3D look, like there's dots suspended in it. See that? Very cool 3D look. Y'all knocked it out of the park with that. That is almost too pretty to throw. That'll probably have to go up behind me. That's a piece of art. These guys, very cool as well. They're matching. Those are gonna have to get thrown and catch something. Ooh, should that be my thumbnail? Ah. So again, check out Fish Daddy 401 on Instagram. Very nice folks. Everybody that sent things in, Nick, Mr. Russell, PNW Bass Fishing, Brian's Custom Tackle, Jen over at Jekyll Baits. Thank you all so much. Like I said, some of them I bought from them to support. We need to support small businesses. Of course, don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna buy from Tackle Warehouse, but you know, they're a juggernaut in the bass fishing industry. They're sponsoring, you know, MLF type stuff. I love them. I will still continue to order from them. They have, you know, some of the coolest stuff around. But some of these small companies, places where you can't, you know, you can't find this type of stuff. How freaking cool is that thing? And if you can give back to some local, you know, people who are making baits out of their garage, doing their own thing. I'm kind of doing the same thing, and you figure out how much work it really takes to do all that next to your full-time job. It's crazy, but that's it for me. Comment below. So as I said, I'm going to be doing 2 giveaways with some stuff here and some other stuff you've seen on unboxings before. I'm just going to put a big box of stuff together and pick 2 winners. So all you have to do is let me know what your favorite bait was here, or like what your favorite spring bait is coming up. Let me know something about your favorite bait and that you'd like to be entered in the giveaway. I'm going to pick 2 random comments and hook you up with a little beginner tackle box type stuff of some random lures. So that's it for me. Thank you all so much for watching and continuing to support me, my channel, what I'm doing. It really does mean a lot to me, but I need to go edit. So thank you all for watching, and until next time.